Hi.
Oxfordshire in England. I'm from Oxfordshire in England.
Oh my goodness. You know what? They want to take a photo of us together, dear.
Sure.
And your camera is
Oh,
if you can move a little bit over.
sure.
And
Is that okay?
yes, there's that. There you go. I can see your handsome face.
All right, ready? Here
Yes.
we go. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Enjoy the chat.
Thank you.
Hey, Will, where are you in Oxfordshire?
Banbury in Oxfordshire.
Oh, wow. How far away is that from, well, wait a minute. Where is that near? What city's bigger?
It's near Oxford. It's not very far.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. I love being in England. I just think that, every time I've been, I've had the best time, especially doing Dancing on Ice. That was incredible.
Speaking of which, are there any other shows like that you'd like to be part of?
Oh, you mean in England? Well,
yes.
I did my first Panto in Bridlington, and it was Cinderella, and I had such a good time. I mean, I really didn't know. I mean, I've done pantomime. In fact, my very first job was a mime, but that's not what Panto is. And God, you know what? The best part of doing Cinderella was the audience, because that give and take in Panto, I love it. It's just so cool and it's fun. So I hope I would love to be asked to come back again. With the pandemic, I think they're starting up again this year. Yeah.
Well, excellent. I'm going to say, if you don't mind me saying this, you said last year Thomas and Friends is appropriate for those on the autistic spectrum.
Yes.
I am on the autistic spectrum myself.
Oh, are you, dear? My son is autistic, right? Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard.
Yes. His what shall we say? The way it presents for him is he gets very anxious, and it was very hard for him to learn any math, because anything abstract, I could never say, oh, the store is closed, we'll come back tomorrow. Ooh, that was terrible.
That was my problem too.
Yeah. Really? Oh, tell me about it, Will.
Well, they did let me in with my persistence, and it was ironically for one of those toys.
That's amazing.
I was going to ask, have you ever met Alec Baldwin when you were making that film?
Oh, well, you know what? He was not there because they had to do his scenes separately, They had to do it because they do it in the green screen so they could shrink him up.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't meet him, but I met everyone else. And I loved going to the Isle of Man, because that's where the Reverend who wrote the Thomas stories was from. So we actually saw the steam engines, the real ones that he was inspired to write about. Do you enjoy reading, Will?
Oh, I do, yeah. I do, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. It took my son, he's just starting to read. He's 29 now, but who cares,
Well, I'm 26.
You are 36? Oh.
26.
Oh, 26. Yeah, I was going to say, you look too young to be 36.
No worries. No. Ringo Starr looks amazing for his age, so there we are.
Listen, why do you think I took the job as Stacey Jones? Because I got to work with Ringo. Yeah, that Shining Time station was only played in the United States, I think. But he was the first Mr. Conductor, so that was exciting.
Do you remember much about George Carlin, who succeeded him?
Well, George Carlin I did meet. George Carlin would come to Toronto, Canada, when we were filming. And we would be filming some scenes, and then they would put the green screen and he would do his scenes. And he liked when we were there to interact with him. And I liked him, and his wife was very nice. He is a very sweet, loving grandfather. And when he would do stand-up comedy, it was, you know, very different than the character of Mr. Conductor, you know?
I see. Yeah, very
Yeah.
different. You have a lot of friends from the cast of Grease, obviously.
Yes.
Have any of them watched the Railroad movie?
What a question. I'm thinking, who has little children or grandchildren? Gee, nobody has told me, though. Our producer and director, the director of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, was Britt Allcroft, who's English,
right.
And she's the one who originally made the Thomas stories, because she, you know, when you want to make a television show or a film based on a book, you have to go to the author and buy the right to do it. And she did that with the Reverend who wrote the Thomas stories. And so she has grandchildren and they love it. So I know that they loved it. But
I see. I have here, before Jeff Conaway played the part of Kaniki, he was in a Disney musical called Pete's Dragon. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Oh, I love Jeff. I loved him very much. Did you know, Will, that Jeff played Danny Zuko on Broadway?
Oh, I think I might have read that, but I can't recall, you know.
Yeah. So, but no, I didn't know that. I don't think I ever saw that movie. Is it a good movie?
Yeah, my brother was very hooked on it. And still loves it today. People like Helenreddy and Mickey Rooney are part of the cast in that. And, yeah.
Oh, you know, it's funny. I'll tell you a Helenreddy story.
Oh, yeah?
When Alan Carr is the producer of the movie Grease, he's the one who raised the money, bought the rights to do the movie from the people who wrote the play. He was having a party at Helenreddy when Helenreddy was invited. And Helenreddy's friend was, guess who? Olivia Newton-John. And she was at the party. And Alan Carr thought, she is so beautiful, she should play Sandy. But Sandy wasn't Australian. So he called the writer and said, can you rewrite the script and make her Australian? And he did. His name was Bronte. He wrote it, changed it, and Alan sent it to Olivia and said, would you like to play the role of Sandy? And they made her name Sandy Olsen. It was Sandy Dombrowski or something.
I see. Well, right. You worked with, you've been on a few American game shows over time.
In the olden days, back when I did television series, I was on them a lot,
What was it like working with Richard Dawson on the Match Game?
Oh, he was funny. He is very funny. He liked playing that game, you know? He really enjoyed it. He would enjoy coming up with funny answers, you know? I had a good time. I like doing those game shows. One game show that was a very, shall we say, stressful was the $20,000 pyramid. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah. I've seen you on it. And
you want to win, and you can't be tired. You know, you have to really be thinking. And I lived in LA, and they would fly me into New York, and I would arrive Monday morning, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, and have to be at the studio at 10 o'clock to do 5 shows of the pyramid in one day. And I was trying so hard to concentrate, but I would get tired. You know?
That's incredible. If you could be stuck on a desert island with any of the railroad stars, who would you choose? Just one of them.
Oh, well, I have to say Ringo, number one. I mean, but number 2 would be. Do you know Brian O'Connor, who played Schemer? Did you ever see those episodes?
afraid I'm a little too young for that, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that didn't play in England. It only played in the United States because Brian is a wonderful man. But I do have to say, definitely Ringo, because he's great. I love Ringo. I love his wife, you know, getting to know them. And we shot that in New York, the first season. So I would say, yeah, I think Ringo.
Well, we're nearly out of time. I'd like to say I'm very grateful for you and GalaxyCon putting this together. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's all mine. I'm thrilled that you are in Oxfordshire. You know, my married name is Shire.
Oh, yes.
Shire.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, my husband, David Shire, is a film composer. And and I hope to visit you someday, come to where you live. So thank you for coming to New York and asking me these wonderful questions. And also thank you for your honesty about yourself. I appreciate that.
Oh, no worries, Didi. Thank you very much.
Much love to you, dear Will.
All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.